My name's Josh, and I'm starting a Christian media company here in Australia. I haven't told many people this idea, but when I do, the reaction is usually, why? And usually to that I say, you're right, stupid idea. I won't do that. No, let's just shut it all down. I get all in my head about it, But when I really start to think about it, there is nothing like what I'm thinking of in Australia, as far as I'm aware. I mean, at least nothing that I could find, anyway. If you get to the end of this video and you think, oh, that sounds exactly like this, please link them below. I would love to see. So, Goodworks Media, a media company that is fun, entertaining, clean, family-friendly content for Christians and for everyone. I know what you may be thinking. Ugh, I'm gonna be talking about Jesus all the time? Like, is this just gonna be, all the content's gonna be about Jesus, God, and the Bible, and all that sort of stuff? No. Just because we're a Christian media company, I don't believe that every single piece of content has to be theological, Christian-based content. Matthew 5:16 says this, "Let your light shine before others so that they can see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." Wes Huff does a great sermon about there being 5 Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and you. You are the 5th Gospel. We don't have to go out and preach at people and give them every single bit of information about the Bible and try to convince them and try to convert them in a direct way. In fact, I think some of the more powerful ways to, teach people about the gospel, teach people about Jesus, teach people about, Christianity is to just live it and be Christ-like and be an example and be a light on a hill and be that person that, there's something just a little bit different about that person. I wonder why they're a little bit different. Oh, and then you find out maybe they're a Christ follower, and that is the catalyst for curiosity into Christ and Christianity. And that's what I hope Goodworks will be. I hope in the world of all this content and, so many people doing YouTube and podcasts and all this sort of stuff, I'm hoping that Goodworks can stand out. Maybe not because it's the most subscribed to channel, or it's like the most popular channel, or it's, the most talked about channel, but because people will watch the content that Goodworks produces and think there's something different about that content. I don't really know what it is. When I do mention the idea of starting a Christian media company here in Australia, a lot of people say, why? And I go, the truth is a long answer, but a lot of the time I go, I don't know. The truth is a long answer. The truth is that I believe Goodworks Media has been a God idea. It's been an idea that has been placed into my brain for months now. It's been a long time just thinking about it, praying about it, wondering about it. Usually when I have an idea, I give it like a month, and if it's gone within a month, then I know it's not a God idea. But Goodworks Media and this whole kind of structure and ideas in my head have been around for so long. I feel like it has to be a God idea. It hasn't left my brain for like 4 months. One night I was laying in bed and I was about to go to sleep, and I was thinking about my job and my life and my future and how I'm going to provide for my 2 daughters and my wife, and what do I want to do with my life, right? I'm in this stage of life where I'm almost 30 and I'm like, I need to start doing stuff, okay? I need to start doing something that's gonna do something, And all of a sudden this idea kind of struck me. I'm a big fan of Barstool Sports. I'm a big fan of Rhett and Link's content, and I'm a big fan of Alex Cooper's network that she's built and her company that she's built. And I was like, why is there nothing like that for Christians? Worldwide, but especially in Australia. Why do we not have anything like that for Christian content? And if we do, again, please let me know. I haven't found anything, but maybe you're probably better than me. You probably know more things than I do. If there is a company or a content company out there that has a similar structure to those companies, please do let me know. I would love to know. And it got me thinking, Unwell Network by Alex Cooper, Mythical Entertainment by Rhett and Link, Barstool Sports by Dave Portnoy. All of these are massive companies, massive media companies that have so many different content outlets, so many different formats, so much talent and all that sort of stuff. But there's nothing with a Christian worldview that does stuff like that, as far as I'm aware. There's nothing that creates good, wholesome family content, like entertaining, fun content that has kind of the Christian ethics throughout it that your 5-year-old can watch and a 50-year-old can watch. Dude Perfect actually is probably the closest I've found. Like, those guys are Christian. Their channel isn't stereotypically Christian. It's not a Christian channel. Those guys are Christian, but they make really entertaining content, really family-friendly content. They have so many different business outlets. They have so many different platforms. They do all of these different things. And Goodworks Media, I envision being something like that in the future. The issue is, though, if you say the word Christian company, immediately people shrivel up. Especially when you say Christian company here in Australia, people go, they just kind of, no thank you, no thanks. Because here in Australia, Christian doesn't mean the same as it does in somewhere like the US. Like, I feel like at the moment in the US, there's this resurgence of Christian content, Christian podcasts, Christian media, and it's almost kind of like cool to be Christian over in the US. In Australia, we're in a bit of a different boat. We're not there yet. We're a long way behind. And I get it. I've felt it too. I've cringed at my faith before too, and people outworking the faith and people preaching the gospel. I've cringed at Christians all the time. So yeah, my fear is real. You slap Christian on a label, you've lost half your audience already. That's one of my major concerns. As a Christian, I think about it this way. My God, who can move mountains, who can split seas, who can raise people from the dead. He conquered the grave. He conquered death. He heals. He restores. Surely he can bring an audience to my little media company, right? I feel like that's lower on the tier list of impressive things that he's done. I guess he can handle it. And I'm completely putting the success of this project in his hands, and it is all for the glory of him. I just want to spread the word. I want to spread the good news. I want to do some good works, and I just want to... And I've wrestled with that for a long time. On whether I am doing this for me, or whether I'm doing this for fame and fortune, or whether I'm actually doing this for God. And I just I've wrestled with that since I had the vision of this company. I've wrestled with that thought for a long, long time. And I'm at peace with the fact that I'm not doing this for me. So here's the bit that I don't say out loud very often. I have a wife. I have 2 kids. I have a family to support. I have responsibilities in the real world. At the moment, I have a full-time job that is paying pretty well. Am I willing to give all of that up to chase this crazy dream that I feel God has put on my heart? That's another question I've been asking myself a lot lately. Starting a company in, a small regional town where I am at the moment as well is probably not ideal. Having access to guests and editors and videographers and content creators and all that sort of thing, it's not really a hub. I'll put it that way. It's not where I am in Victoria, Australia, it's not a hub of creative activity when it comes to creating content and things of that nature. There is no guarantee that this works. None. I could pour years and years and years into this and still come up empty-handed with nothing to show for it. And then I'll have to explain to my girls one day that Daddy spent years and years and years working on this one thing, filming videos, editing videos for nothing. But here's the truth. The sure thing was never actually that sure either. It was just familiar. And familiar isn't the same as safe. So if this is a God idea, and I believe it is, then the cost isn't the risk. The cost is the price of obedience. And I think I'm okay with that. Now, let me get back to what I was saying before about my motive when starting this media company. I thought long and hard about this. Why am I doing this? Why have I decided to do that? Why has this idea come into my head? Is this my idea or a God idea? Am I chasing fame and fortune, or am I actually wanting to spread the word, be a follower of Christ, be a good servant, and hopefully one day I hear, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Those are the words that I want to hear. And this is the only way I know how. This is the only way that I can, do something that I think matters and do something that I think would impact a vast amount of people. And that's what I think every Christian should strive for, is having an impact in as many people's lives as possible. And I think that is what this company, this media company is called to do. And I think that's what I'm called to do. And I think many people watching this may be called to do that as well. And I want to encourage you that if you feel in the back of your brain that you may be called to do something big, don't be intimidated by that. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't talk yourself out of the big idea that you have and go, "Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Why would God choose me to do that?" He doesn't choose the qualified. He qualifies the chosen, okay? So that's exactly how I feel. And it's not, for me, it's not a comfortable feeling. It's not a feeling I go, "Yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be so good." It's the imposter syndrome as well. Like, why me? I mean, I have background in this kind of industry, in the media, audio content industry. It's kind of where I work now. But also, why me? Am I qualified to do this? Absolutely not. I'm not completely unqualified, but I wouldn't say I'm qualified, if you know what I mean. Now, here's the ask. I'm not going to ask for I'm not asking for donations. I don't want your money. Not yet. Cut that. I'm not asking you to donate. I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm not asking you to hit the notification bell. Although the subscribe and the notification bell would be ideal for this YouTube channel if you want to stay up to date with what's happening within this company and content that we're creating. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. But really, I'm asking you to come along on this journey with me. I'm asking for you to understand that this is going to be a long road. It's going to be a tough road. And especially here in Australia, for all the Australian Christian content creators or Australian Christians out there that are wanting, some homegrown good content. Hopefully GoodWorks is where you find it. And there's a lot of American content creators that do amazing things. But I feel like we are really, in Australia, we are really, really lacking content that is rooted in Jesus Christ. And it's not Christian content. It's not content all about Christ or all about the Bible or all about God. It can be anything, but it has to have that underlying truth and layer that is good and that is true and that is peaceful and that is loving. And that's what I hope GoodWorks will be for all of you. It's going to be a long road. It's going to be a long road. If you can comment below your favorite Christian content creator in Australia, your favorite Australian Christian content creator, I'd love to check some of them out and say hi. We have the GoodWorks podcast, which you can find on Spotify. GoodWorks podcast on Spotify. Like and subscribe if you want to. Hit the notification bell to get all of our updates. And I will see you on the next one. My name's Josh. This is GoodWorks Media. And let's do some good work. Bye. Love you.